Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Natalie, and today we're doing more Reddit confessions. Because the last ones, they were a lot, but I'm back for more. Let's see how this goes. Let's filter by top, because I didn't do that last time. No, hot or top? What is, I don't understand how Reddit works, okay? Maybe I need to filter it by hot, or top. What is the difference between hot or top? Can somebody tell me? Is hot just like, it's topical, like it's new now? Top means like, it doesn't matter. What is the difference? I don't understand. What is this one? I'm breaking up with my boyfriend over milk. I live with my boyfriend. We've had conflicts now for over 5 months because of milk. Approximately 6 months ago, I found out I'm lactose intolerant. It made me change all my diet to avoid stomachache and nausea, and which is working pretty well. Well, that's good. I've used to be lactose intolerant. I kind of outgrew it, but I still don't do well with dairy either, so I feel you. I do not expect my boyfriend to change his diet to accustom me, so we've been buying our own groceries to not impact one another. Okay. In my country, plant-based milk and lactose-free products are much more expensive, but since I love my cheese and milk, I buy it anyway. The problem is that my partner eats it all when I'm not home and doesn't replace it by buying more. I don't mind sharing food, but it's really disrespectful of him to not leave some for me. Yeah, I agree. That's really, really rude. Especially if he's not going to replace it. Like, if he eats it all, but then like goes out and buys you more the next day, like, then it's fine. There's no problem. But if you're not going to replace it and you're just going to eat it all, that's f***ed up. That would be like Tyler eating all of my gluten-free bread when he doesn't have celiac disease and I do, and gluten-free bread costs more and him not replacing it. Like, that's what that would be like. That would make me angry. He knows lactose is something my stomach can't handle, but he still eats and drinks my products when I'm not around. It made us fight a lot of the time, and it's been going on for 5 months until now. Until now, what happened now? This morning, seeing less than 100 ml of my almond milk made me go absolutely crazy due to the fact that I was more than 10 hours awake after my shift in the hospital and I just wanted a latte. Oh, he keeps saying it's not a big deal, but the fact that he chooses to consume all my stuff and refuses to admit his mistakes makes it unbearable. Yeah. How my boyfriend treats me is absolutely outrageous, and it made me see that he doesn't treat me as an equal due to how many disrespectful things I've been enduring. I can't take it anymore. Yeah. I love that your Reddit account was created just for this, so the username is throwaway milks. That's kind of funny. Yeah, ditch his ass or her ass. I don't know. Well, no, you said boyfriend, so ditch his ass. Ditch him. Him. Like, it's one thing if somebody does that and they stop buying their own milk and cheese and just start contributing to the plant-based milk and cheese because they actually prefer it more, and so they contribute to it and replace it when you run out. Like, that would be one thing. But the fact that he never buys more to replace it and refuses to acknowledge that what he's doing is really selfish and disrespectful to you is a problem, because it means he's just gonna do it with other stuff later. So ditch his ass, throw him to the curb. I feel like these true off my chest confessions just kind of turn into like, ask Nat for advice. Like, I just give advice, but I think it's just because I can't help it. I know these people will never see my video, but I just can't help it. Like, it's not really about milk. Like, it is, but it's not. It's really about the fact that he just can't respect you and value you and like treat you as an equal in the partnership and like hear your concerns and take care of them when he's the one causing the issue. That's a big problem. Yeah, good luck with that. I hope, when was this posted? This was posted 3 hours ago. I hope you're already broken up with him. I hope he is kicked to the curb. Get him out of your life. Whoa. Oh God, this is one of those ones that I don't know if I can read on YouTube because of monetization. Let's try. We need to censor the big C word. Let's call it a panini. Okay, y'all know what I mean. My mother knowingly exposed others to a panini on St. Patty's Day, and everyone in my family thinks it's okay. Oh no. On Thursday, my dad tested positive for a panini. It's not really making sense, the word that I've chosen, but it's fine. You get it. I call my parents and they are bummed because they have to cancel the St. Patrick's Day party they had planned for the weekend, but they knew they had to. My mom said her social life this weekend was over. Yeah, it's a bummer when things like that happen. I've had to cancel things because of a panini. I've had to cancel really important, fun things that I really didn't want to cancel because of a panini. We've all had to do it. It sucks. I sympathized and that was that. Next evening, I get a text from my mom showing a pic of her with her sister-in-law at a crowded bar. I text her, she's already drunk as hell and arguing with me that since she has no symptoms, she's fine. She kept referencing something my sister had told her as proof. I'm in medical school, so I didn't believe that for even half a second. I love that they tried to convince you when you're the one in medical school. That's honestly hilarious. I gave up convincing her because she was drunk. Yeah, you're not getting anywhere, so why bother? I text my older sister and ask her what she thinks. She says it's fine. Mom won't spread anything. No. That's not true, but a bunch of enablers in the family, I can see. No symptoms, but also she won't go see mom because she doesn't want to catch anything. Funny how you don't want to catch anything, but it's also fine to like let your mom go out. I mean, not that it's the daughter's responsibility. The mother's a grown woman, but still. Contradicting herself in the same sentence. Yeah. I give up because she's going off on me. She's going off on you even though, oh God. Isn't it interesting? I feel like I face so much like hypocrite behavior amongst like older family members. Isn't that interesting when that happens? It just drives me crazy, but there's so many excuses that get made for like difficult family members. And then the second you try to be the reasonable one where you say, hey, no, actually like the way that we're all doing this is not okay. Like this should not be going on because you're the reasonable one that's trying to like actually lay down the law and like enforce the boundaries or what should be the right thing to do. No, all of a sudden you're the crazy one and everybody starts yelling at you because you're the one that's actually being reasonable and not letting them live in their fantasy land. That happens all the time and it drives me crazy. Next day, I text my little sis. She says it's fine because if you test positive and are asymptomatic, the military doesn't quarantine you. But I told her mom doesn't have symptoms yet. She can still spread the panini. Dead end, I give up. My dad was also completely fine with this. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. My mother tests positive today. I'm incredibly disappointed in her and I don't understand why she could not have self-control. I thought she was more mature than this. Well, she's not. I'm sorry to tell you. And honestly, most people aren't either. Like, I've seen family members of mine not act right during the panini and it really upset me and I gave a lot of them for it. And it happened. It happened with a lot of people and it's just one of those things that like, yeah, it's really upsetting and it's frustrating and you can like say whatever you want to them. Like, and I tried to like tell them what I thought they were doing was wrong. But at the end of the day, the only person's behavior that you can control is your own. You can't control other people. You can try to like tell others around them like, hey, they've been exposed to a panini. If you have a gluten intolerance, maybe stay clear of them. If you have a gluten intolerance. I'm sorry, I'm done. I'm done with the panini jokes. I'm usually not a stickler about paninis, but this scenario was so obvious. Last time they caught a panini, they behaved. Well, they probably didn't have plans. This time they had plans, so it was different. There's nothing you can do. I mean, really, the only thing you can do is like voice the fact that you're disappointed in all of them, especially her, and like tell her. And she probably will view you as the annoying person in the situation. Like if your whole family thinks it's fine, then they're all gonna look at you like you're the problem. And the only thing you can really do is just like be better than them and not do the stuff that they do and stay away from them until, 14 days have gone by or until you're comfortable seeing them again since you work in the medical field. Like don't go see them, in this situation. Wait until you know that they're totally panini free. But yeah, it sucks. You do the best you can, but in this kind of situation, I mean, you can't control other people. It really does suck. I'm jealous of my wife's ability to sleep. Wait a minute, this one sounds kind of lighthearted. This may sound petty. And first thing, my wife works in New York City and is up I'm assuming you meant to say every day, at 5 a.m. and gets home at around 7:30 p.m. Then she goes to sleep for about 2 hours later effortlessly. While I struggle to go to sleep, I've taken medication, aspirin PM, sleepy time tea, and had an addiction to NyQuil a few years back. But on Friday night going into the weekends, she is in bed at 10 to 11 while I'm still up at 1 a.m. and then up at 5 a.m. Saturday morning. Same thing for Saturday going into Sunday. Part of the problem is my brain won't shut off, and I know this sounds really petty, but as the title says, I'm jealous. Sorry, dude. I'm the same way. I'm like your wife. I don't have a problem sleeping at all. Yeah, I've always been a good sleeper. Let me know in the comments down below. Are you guys heavy sleepers like me, or do you have a insomnia problem? I can't relate, to be honest. I'm also one of those people who, like, if I get less than 8 hours, I can kind of function on 7, but if I get less than 8, I'm kind of mean. If I get less than 7, I'm a bitch. I'm so mean. Like, I don't function well without a lot of sleep. I think I'm gonna break up with my boyfriend. Ooh, what's the tea? I've waited 5 years for him to introduce me to his family. Nobody knows about us from his side. Oh, okay. 5 years. Yeah, that's a red flag. He says he wants to marry me. He promises, and I really want to believe him. I think of all the good times we had and the future I have dreamed with him. I can't let go. In his eyes, he never does anything wrong. Oh, another red flag. Look, they're just popping up left and right. He's always right. Even if we have a fight, I have to phone him back. I always have to take the first step to make things right. I've told him again and again and again and again and again. That's a lot of agains. I need to know he is making the effort. He's not, though. He's a good guy. He's not. He treats me real nice. He doesn't. I know he loves me. I know he cares. I know he's struggling right now, maybe. And I wish I could comfort him, but I can't. I'm too caught up in my emotions. I know I'm being selfish, but I've given him 5 years. I've waited for you long enough. What are you being selfish about? Break up with him. What are you being selfish about? He doesn't want to marry you. He's just saying things to keep you around. I'm sorry to say this. You gotta leave him. I know you're invested in this having a happy ending. It's not going to have a happy ending. None of his family knows about you. That's a big red flag. You just gotta move on. Let's read some of the comments. I'm pretty sure that his wife doesn't want to meet you. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if you're the other woman, babe. You might not be. You know, maybe there's a reason why he hasn't told anyone in his life about you, but it's a bit suspicious. Just move on. Take care of yourself. You deserve better. I really do just like turning this into like an Ask Nat. No one's asking. I'm just giving unsolicited advice. What is this title? I have to beg my boyfriend to take showers. Oh no. Throw away because my boyfriend, 22 male, is an avid Reddit surfer. Oh. I, 23 female, have been dating my boyfriend for 8 months now. He's perfect in almost every way, and I couldn't ask for anyone better. Unfortunately, he struggles to practice proper hygiene due to neglect in his childhood. Oh, that's tough. That's sad. That took a sadder turn. I tried to be understanding at first, but it's starting to gross me out. Now, before any of you begin to judge me, yeah, spill the tea, sis. What kind of hygiene are we talking about? Hear me out. I'm hearing you out. Tell me. I've bought him shampoo, conditioner, body wash, washcloth, etc. He still refuses to use them. I have to beg him to shower, and he gets really pissy because he hates getting wet. Huh. Along with his already horrible body odor, he works as a dishwasher at a big restaurant. You can imagine what that may smell like. I'm growing really irritated at his childish reactions to me asking him to go take a shower. I know he wasn't taught it as a child, but I would think he'd educate himself. It sounds like he needs help, like he needs therapy. He makes me feel crazy for asking him to change his clothes, shower, wash his hands, and I'm really concerned. I love him so much, and I don't want it to end over this, but I may not have a choice. Okay, there's an edit here. There's an edit and an update. So the edit. Clarification. I didn't expect this to gain any sort of traction. I tried my best to read through the comments and respond to some, but there are a lot. I feel as though I should address those and give a few more details. I saw many of you questioning how I even fell in love with him in the first place if he smelled like that. Oh, the smell was not present at the beginning of our relationship. He had normal hygiene for the first 6 months or so, and I never would have imagined having this problem now. Interesting. That's why I'm stuck on how to move forward. I feel this can be worked through and he can fix it. If not, I won't stick around to see if he will. I saw a vast majority of you bring up the problem with getting UTIs. Yeah. I've been avoiding since I first recognized the stench. I wasn't even thinking about that, but I mean, if he's completely dirty and unhygienic, you don't want to be intimate or even cuddle with somebody like that. Like, it's really going to ruin your love life because you don't want to cuddle, you don't want to hold hands, you don't want to be close to them if they smell bad. It's tough. Like, it's not really like a vain thing. It really is like a hygiene thing. It's very gross. I mean, there have even been times where like Tyler and I will be kissing and one of us will have bad breath and we'll tell the other like, hey babe, could you go, brush your teeth? Cause we're like trying to like make out a little bit. And it's a really big turn off when your partner has bad breath, or when I have bad breath. Like, I would want somebody to tell me, like if I have coffee breath or something, I want to know. So we just tell each other, we go use mouthwash and then we're good to go. But yeah, it would definitely ruin that part of your love life. I told him I wasn't going to do any of that until he was clean. He tries to get me to shower with him now, and I don't think I can stand that. Really? Interesting. It sounds like this guy needs therapy. And that's not like shade. I'm not like shading anything, but like it sounds like he's got real issues with like bathing himself alone. And I wonder if it's coming from like fear or something. Like, he should definitely talk to somebody. I also saw some comments speculating about his mental health, and I thought I would address that too. He does have depression that stems from his childhood. His father was out of the picture by the time he was 2 years old, and his mother cared more about finding friend buddies than caring for her child. Yeah, that's really sad. He was extremely neglected throughout his childhood up to the day he turned 18. He always makes a point to remind me that his mother never taught him any hygiene. Okay, sure, you can use that, but like if you're just using that as an excuse and you're not making steps to actually improve or get any better or seek out counseling, at a certain point, that's not gonna work anymore. Like, your partner's just gonna leave you because you're not making steps to grow and improve. And why would anyone stick around for that? Like, no one's gonna stick around for that. He claims this to be the reason he never learned and why he thinks showering is stupid. As someone who also grew up with neglectful parents, I can understand where he's coming from. However, there was a point where I taught myself because I hated being dirty. I believe that he can get his stuff together, but it'll take a lot of work. I'm aware that it may end our relationship, and that sucks. He'd be the perfect guy had his parents not failed him. Hopefully this is salvageable. Update, he was unwilling to make a compromise, so I put my foot down. He took all his stuff from my house and left. I'm devastated, but there's a small part of me that's relieved. I need to process this. Aw, I'm glad you put your foot down because you know what you deserve, and also you care about this person, right? Like, you don't want to see them not taking care of themselves, not making steps to get better. Like, it's a really hard thing to sit through. Like, what are you supposed to just, as somebody that you love, like it's your partner, what are you supposed to do? Just accept them like that? Because that's not like a good way to be. It's not a healthy way to be. It's not a mentally healthy way to be on top of physical health. And it also is gonna ruin parts of your relationship. It's gonna ruin intimacy and being able to be close, literally physically close to that person. So it's not only just about you deserving better, but it's also about you caring about that person, and you can't watch them go through that kind of thing anymore. So good for you for putting your foot down. I'm sorry, it's really sad. Crazy, crazy story. Let's see if I can find another one. That one took a interesting turn. Okay. So none of these are really funny or uplifting. They're all pretty heavy, but I'm definitely I'm still hooked. This is an intense title. My drunken friend admitted he's cheating on his girlfriend with my other friend's girlfriend, and it's eating me alive. Oh boy, here we go. I know the title sounds like a dumb tabloid headline, but unfortunately it's a real story. One might say a sad story about sad people, with me caught in the middle of it. Here we go. Backstory for anyone who might be interested. This story involves me and 4 other people. My friend Julian, the cheater, my friend Michael, the one being cheated on, Sarah, Michael's girlfriend, and Mary, Julian's girlfriend. All of us are around 20 years old. Michael was dating Sarah for a few years and they broke up. Then Sarah started dating Julian, broke up with him in like a year and got back with Michael. Wow, okay. Julian was pretty devastated by this, and in his brokenhearted state, went slightly off the deep end and ended up with a low-key drug addiction. Oh, that's okay. Well, it's sad. Despite his other bad habits, he's a very charismatic guy, and I thought people give him less credit than he deserves. And while Julian got together with Sarah, and despite some moment of weakness, he seemed to be doing better. I'm a little confused, honestly, about the last sentence there. I'm not sure I followed it the way that it's written. I'm having a hard time. Julian got together with Sarah, and despite some... Okay, all right. Sarah can be a bitch. Despite Michael loving her, spending loads of money on her, and genuinely caring about her, she doesn't seem to appreciate it much. There have been instances where she has gotten very touchy with other guys, almost cheated on Michael before. The worst part is that Michael knows this but doesn't care. Even if she cheated on him, he'd probably stay with her. He comes from a pretty broken household as well as Julian and Sarah and is pretty depressed in general. Not that one can really tell, but there were times when we were close. He would talk to me just enough to see glimpses of his pain. The story. About a month ago, we all randomly met up at a party. We were having fun, catching up with random people, just enjoying ourselves while consuming alcohol. As the hours went by, I found myself outside walking alone with Julian. We were both drunk, just kind of talking about life. Out of nowhere, he gets really serious, telling me he has a secret to share with me. He made me swear up and down that as long as I live, I would never tell anyone. He told me that he missed Sarah and that she missed him, and that for some time now they were sleeping together while both being in a relationship. I told him that he's an idiot, that he can't do this to Mary or Michael. He told me he regrets it, and that it made him realize he actually loves Mary and doesn't want this to go on. I wish I could believe him, but I don't know. The worst part is that Michael and Mary deserve to know. I want to tell them. Keeping this a secret goes against all of my moral principles. I'm worried about Michael, though. I really don't know what he'd do if I told him. I don't want him to end things because of something I told him, plus I swore I wouldn't tell anyone. Well, that doesn't matter. I really can't break my word. Yes, you can. And I'm worried about Michael, but at the same time, they deserve to know. The internal conflict keeps me up at night, not helped by the fact that I see at least one of them every day, constantly being reminded of this burden I didn't ask for. A burden probably capable of ruining a life or lives. Maybe not. Perhaps I just see this thing too dramatically. You have to decide what makes sense for you. If I was in your situation, and I was really good friends with all of these people, I probably would tell Michael and Mary about what was going on and then say, I'm out of it now. Do with that information what you will. I'm sorry that this has happened. I just found out about it. Because for me, if I find out, like, I'm in a friend group and one of my friends is hurting another one of my friends in this situation and they tell me to keep it a secret, that's not fair. That's not fair to, like, you might have promised that you'd keep it a secret before you even knew. Doesn't matter. It also doesn't matter that you promised to keep it a secret. This is all really dumb high school level, like, interacting with one another. You can decide what you want to do. If you feel like it's wrong to keep this a secret, tell the people you care about. But if you do keep it a secret, don't be surprised when they find out later that you knew all along and they want nothing to do with you, because that's what's going to happen. Because there are people that have cheated on me, and when I found out the people that knew that didn't tell me, I never viewed them the same way either. Like, I felt betrayed equally by them. So you're in it now. It sucks that you're in it now, but you just got to make the right decision. If it's keeping you up at night, tell the people. Tell Mary, tell Michael, and just be done with it, because it's not your fault. And you just got to make peace with the fact that Julian might not be your friend anymore after this, which is sad, but there's really no way out of this scenario without making somebody upset, unfortunately. All right, this was a bit more of a heavy video, but I kind of enjoy reading this thread from time to time just because it's interesting to see people's stories. Let me know if you guys liked this video. I know it's a bit heavier and a little bit less jovial, but I do find this kind of stuff interesting. If you liked it, give this video a thumbs up so that I know and I can do more stuff like this in the future. Thanks so much for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below as well. And until the next one, peace.